what do you think about Almaty?
Success and my career to my family that I wanted to do makeup. He's like, oh my God, like.
But at the end, they are very proud of you, right? Hi everyone, today we're here, me and Danny, founders of DDAP Makeup Company, and our guest is a huge person in the world. He's one of the best makeup artists. He's so famous. So please let us welcome Patrik Ta from Los Angeles. He is here.
Hi everyone.
Today with us. I would like to say that Patrik today here with us in Almaty city in Kazakhstan. It was a big surprise of all attendees who were at our masterclass yesterday, and I want to appreciate him and his team that they helped us to organize this kind of masterclass as yesterday. So today in this interview, I want to ask some questions. It's going to be very short and sweet interview, and I hope people who were not able to visit the masterclass from yesterday, they'll see this interview and they will be happy. And the next time when Patrik maybe will come again to Almaty, you'll come to visit him here again, guys. So let's start our interview. So Patrik, how are you today?
I'm good.
I'm so happy to see you in this interview. I'm so proud, and I also think like every people in Kazakhstan, in Almaty, they were so proud that you have chosen Almaty as a place where you're gonna do your masterclass in Central Asia at the first time. Very thank you for you.
Honestly, I am so grateful that you guys brought me over to Kazakhstan because it has been, I've traveled to so many places in the world, and this experience has been a really great one.
I'm on top of the world. Yeah.
Всем привет! С вами Анастасия, блогер-миллионник и визажист. Вы наверняка знаете меня по моим необычным мейкап-преображениям в Reels и TikTok. Я думаю, ни для кого не секрет, что сейчас очень важно и для блогеров, и для визажистов научиться круто снимать яркий контент с динамичными переходами, которые завлекают аудиторию. Хотите, научу? Именно 28 сентября я приезжаю в Алматы, чтобы провести свой первый бьюти-мастер-класс не только по макияжу, но еще по монтажу роликов, который набирает миллионы просмотров. Так что я буду вас всех очень ждать на своем мастер-классе, а все подробности можно узнать у организаторов DDAP Makeup.
So what do you think about Almaty, about Kazakhstan? It's your first time here.
I think with any city or country that I visit, it's always about the people that I meet there, and obviously I met you guys. The hospitality that they have shown me on this trip and the way that they created my class yesterday has been such like a magical experience. Honestly, I cannot like say enough like how grateful I am for you guys to have again brought me to experience something new, but also just to create such like a great environment and energy for I think all artists around Central Asia.
Great, thank you. So I think I should start from the beginning, asking Patrik about your childhood, about your parents, because I'm sure they're the one who supported you in any case, right, Patrik?
So I owe so much of my success and my career to my family, especially like my mom and my dad. My dad has always been a entrepreneur, and I honestly see that within like you guys. Like you guys are so like when I met them, it was like only like a few months ago in Dubai, and the way that like they put everything together again, I think it's so amazing. But my dad has always been an entrepreneur, and he's always like, yes, let's do this. Yes, let's do that. Not afraid of anything. And my mom has always been the one that's a little bit more like not so much of a risk taker. Like, no, like she thinks everything out. Like, let's not do this. Like, we need to save money. We need to do this. But like, I think I get a lot of who I am from my dad, because I started makeup like at a very young age. I dropped out of high school. I didn't go to college. I never had like the normal Asian American like path of what their parents expected them to do. And I would definitely say that like my parents didn't always support everything that I did, but at the end of the day, like I think as someone who is Vietnamese, I feel like we are so lucky to be able to like come from a culture where at the end of the day, like if you need something from your mom and your dad, they will be there. Your parents will be there for you. If I really need something, like they would try whatever they can to support you. And I think that when I came out of the closet as being gay, and I told my dad that I wanted to do makeup, he's like, "Oh my God, like one thing after another, like you're gay and you want to do makeup now? Like it's such like a embarrassment to my family. Please don't tell please don't tell like your aunts and uncles." And I'm like I was like, I'm not gonna tell them, but they probably already know. But because like my mom and my dad like have always like supported me, like I never wanted to like disappoint them. So I feel like I kind of like treaded water with like how I presented myself and how I would present myself like to the world. But like until like I kind of like started feeling confident within like my own skin, it's like when like this is who I am, it's like take it or leave it. And I think like what is so special now is that my dad is like a 70-year-old man. Maybe he's like, I don't know how that's horrible. I don't know.
60-something maybe?
He's 60-something,
Yeah,
60,
yeah.
like maybe 68 around there. But he's a 68-year-old Vietnamese man, and I can truly say that like he is like my #1 fan. He always looks at my Instagram. He's like, "Oh my God, like you're working with this person, you're working with that person. Oh, like how come you haven't been doing Gigi's makeup lately? I like don't see you post her. Oh, like this person is commenting." He like really looks at everything. And so I think it's so special that like my dad now is like so proud to say that like I am his son, and like he always tells like his friends, his coworkers, like, "Yeah, that's my son." So great. It's like it's a really like good feeling from being like such like a disappointment to I feel like the way that they look at me now, like I love it.
But at the end, they are very proud of you, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
And I also see on your Instagram, like I feel that relationship between you and your parents are so close. And I also think you have a very beautiful family in Patrick.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So let me ask you the next question. Can you tell us how you have started your career as a makeup artist, like from the beginning until like today? How you grew up, like I don't know.
So I started my career. I started my career in Los Angeles about 12 years ago. I feel like it's been so long. I'm like I don't even like remember. But I started 12 years ago, and I would definitely say like I have always been the makeup artist that I did this. Not everyone is as lucky, but like I chose this like career because like I actually like loved it. Like it was never about the money for me. It was never about like being famous. I feel like being a makeup artist back then, like the type of industry that like the makeup industry has grown into wasn't like that when I started. I feel like because of like the Kardashians, and they started posting and tagging their like this is my glam team, like hair by blah blah blah, like makeup by whoever. And I think it started this whole like phenomenon of like, oh, like who's doing your hair and makeup? And I truly feel like I am where I am today is because like I love going to work. Like I feel like there's very few people in the world that can say that like I love going to work every single day. Like I think as a makeup artist, like the jobs that I get to do and like the people that I get to meet, like we fight to be in these places. Like I want to be working with Gigi. I want to be doing Fashion Week. I want like other people like for they're just like, oh, like I don't want to go work on a weekend. Like for me, like every day is so fun. Like we get to again meet amazing people like you guys from around the world and if anyone is like if anyone is scared or if anyone is just like on the fence of like trying just to do like what they like love, I honestly like really recommend like let me reword that. I think that if you truly love something, that means somebody else is going to love it as well. Like there's so many people out there, and if you like love a certain technique or love a certain look, like somebody else will too, but you just have to believe in it.
Okay, great, thank you.
So what do you think about the Almaty, about the Kazakhstan?
So first off, I have had so much like fun and laughter with Danny because I feel like he's been taking me around sightseeing and showing me Almaty, and he's like, so this mountain is from 1976, and he's just giving me random facts of information. I think I think it's so fun. I'm like, I don't know whether to believe him or not because he's always smiling. But Almaty again has been such like a great experience again because of you guys. I don't think like if I came here like not knowing anyone, because I don't speak like an ounce of Kazakh or Russian, and it's really hard to like navigate if you don't. So again, super thankful to you guys. But again, like Kazakhstan has been such like a warm experience, and I definitely would want to come back here. Some of the like, I'm Vietnamese, and I feel like I've tried a lot of different types of food that the normal person would be like scared of, but they've shown me some food that I'm like, oh my god, like. But I've had little bites and little tastes of it. I'll just pass it over to him.
Yeah, what about the people? I mean, there have some difference between people. Like, let's say you go to Dubai, maybe now in Almaty. So the people, how about the people? Do you feel like something different or no?
I think there's a sense of like hospitality. I think as like also growing up Vietnamese, my family has always been the same as like, it's like saying, having a family come visit someone in the US is so different than having a family come visit someone in Vietnam. The type of hospitality that like you're shown in like Asian countries, it's like, it's next level. It's like in the US, like, oh, like you're coming, okay, we'll send you a car, or in the US, oh, like we'll meet you at the restaurant. But like in different countries that I've been to, like Tel Aviv, Dubai, again, like Kazakhstan, the type of hospitality is like, I will personally pick you up. I'm going to take you around. I'm going to make sure that you really enjoy yourself and that you're taken care of because you are my guest. I don't think like Americans think that way. It's like, what can you do for me? And that's all.
Great, thank you. Yeah, it's really worth it. The next question, let me ask, you are now a very big person as a makeup artist, and yesterday we had this question too, but I would like to ask again, who inspires you now?
She just called me a fat person. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would say there's so many people that inspire me for all different types of things. Right now in my career, I am really inspired by entrepreneurs, and I think there's a really special way where as I become as I'm like a founder myself, and as I have more staff members and more team, more staff, and I want to be able to like hold a presence that like, I feel so lucky right now because like my company has just been, I've just brought on some new investors, and they're such like smart people, and like I feel like when they speak I listen, and right now like I'm really inspired by entrepreneurs and just people who have just like done this over and over and over because I feel like there's so much to learn.
Now I think you are not only a makeup artist but also a businessman, right?
Trying to be.
Yeah, trying to be good. So yesterday you saw a lot of attendees, participants. All of them, they were like wearing their makeup. So did you see any difference between like LA makeup and like, I don't know, Almaty makeup, let's say?
I think there's a lot of difference. I think that Almaty makeup, like I feel like it lives on the border between like the typical like type of Asian makeup. I feel like there's this like Russian like high glam like blend. So I feel like it's the in between of like what I would normally see in Korea of like super like pale skin, flush cheeks, like a very blurred lip, and very soft eyes. But I feel like in like Russia, it's like crazy eye, like I mean like crazy like colors and glitter and coverage. So I feel like I see like a mixture of both. As far as it relates to makeup in the US, I think in the US right now, like the trend is like very light, very minimal, super like clean, glowy, bronzy skin. And I think the trend of like that super heavy makeup is definitely going away. Like in my masterclass yesterday, I did like a look that was very, very glam, very, very heavy for me. And then I did a look that was like, I think like it lived like in the middle. It was still glam, but not like natural. But I think that's the only difference.
When we're gonna see your brand in Kazakhstan?
He likes to ask like the hard questions. I don't know yet. I think like again like the brand is growing, and eventually like the goal is to be able to like ship worldwide and to be able to maybe one day we'll be able to distribute through DD Up Makeup. But right now like I think my brand is still at a stage where when I enter like a market, I want to make sure that it's strong, and I want to make sure that my presence is here before I like commit to anything.
Okay, thank you. So is it okay if I'll ask you like not saying their names, but how is it to work like with celebrities? How you like, I don't know, how you present yourself with them? Like, what do you do?
I think it's really like the relationship between a celebrity and a makeup artist is really important, because like you are the one that sees them basically without like their armor on. Like you see them without like their styling, their hair, their makeup. And I think it's a really intimate space where as a makeup artist, you're like less than a foot away from someone's face when you have no makeup on. And I think within this industry, you have to be able to like learn how to present and carry yourself. And I think I think it's really important to build very strong relationships with your clients. I feel like doing makeup is like dating. It's like you want to impress them, you want them to like you, and vice versa. Like you want to like them as well. So it's like it's like a little dating, like it's a little dating game like in the beginning. But like once you like make that connection, I feel like you can build these like these lifelong like relationships. Like I've known Джиджи Хадид now for almost 10 years, and I think what's so special about a celebrity that doesn't let like the fame get to them is like what really makes someone so special. Like I met Gigi like I think when she had like 200,000 followers on Instagram, and now she has like almost like 80 million, and like she's like the exact same person, and she treats everyone like the exact same too. And I feel like I learn a lot from her, like, because I feel like with even like the height of like my career, there's some times where you feel like you're on this like high horse. But I think it's really important to remember, and I have to like remind myself like all the time too. Like sometimes like I get overwhelmed by things, but at the end of the day, like it's just super important to like be nice to people and to be kind, because like sometimes like people or like the celebrity, like they're not gonna like remember the makeup. They're gonna remember the energy and the experience that you brought to that day.
Okay, great, thank you. Есть вопросы?
It's his turn to ask a question. It's his first time on camera, so I think it's so funny.
We said at the beginning that this interview is gonna be like an absolutely free format, so we haven't even prepared for this because we want to be like this interview to be like very natural. So
I do have a question. So, do you like the horse meat? So you tried it already, right? So tell me how it's tasted. First time, right?
First time, like I feel like I don't have like a connection to that food like you do, because like you probably grew up with this, so it's always been like something that you've been familiar with. But as someone who is very particular, like I like to eat like the same thing every single day. I feel like
Sushi.
my anyone around me would understand. Like if I'm going to eat out, I wanna know that I like it. So I honestly don't like try that many things anymore. And I feel like that comes with like old age. Like once you get into these habits, you kind of like don't break them. But it's because you're so funny and so nice. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. But
yeah, we have tried a lot. Horse meat, horse milk, and everything. Yeah, thanks for trying, for agreeing with that. So the simple question, but like the most important question in a life: what is a happiness and successful for you now?
So I think how I define success is I want to be able to move through life with ease. I don't want to have to worry about anything, stress about anything. I really just want to I want to flow, and everything just like happens. And I feel like that is like what I'm like working towards. As far as being happy, I think it's really important to have, as much as I love my job, I think it's really important. Like, and I didn't practice this until probably like 3 years ago, but to be able to have a really like great work-life balance, have time for yourself, to take care of yourself, like what you eat, to be able to have time to take care of yourself, to exercise, to do things that make you feel good. Because like within my career, my job as a makeup artist is always to like uplift somebody else. So sometimes sometimes you need to take time to uplift yourself. So I think that because like within the last few years, like I've really decided that I'm gonna like say no to certain things, and I think there's a power with the word no, and to be able to say yes to yourself. And I definitely would say that I come back to work so revived and so less stressed. And I think that a life that is stressless is a happy life.
I feel actually a balance inside of you, and I think you have a harmony inside of you too. I don't know, I feel it. Okay. Yeah. So, and one more question. What you would say to makeup artists who has a dream to be as you, in a level as you?
I think it's so crazy that even like people like put me on like that pedestal, because I remember when I first moved to Los Angeles, like I was considered like an Instagram makeup artist, and a lot of like the agency signed makeup artists like didn't like respect me. And I remember going to different like PR rooms and giftings because I had like a little bit of a social a social following. But I would see like these older makeup artists that like worked with like A-list celebrities. I was like, oh my God, like I always had like that moment, like I say, like one day, like I really want to like be able to like do what you do, or I want to get signed by an agent. But I think the one piece of advice that I could give someone, like, no agent is going to change your life. Like, you have to do the work yourself. I don't really know I don't really remember the question, but wait, what's the question?
What you would say to the makeup artist who wants to be in this level as you?
Okay, so I think that to be able to produce work that you are truly proud of, because again, like if you truly love something, somebody in the world is going to love it just as much as you do. I never like to finish a job and just be like, oh, whatever, like it's good, or like, do you want to fix that brow? Like, no, I don't really care. I take so much pride within my work, within honestly, like really like anything that I do, especially like my brand. And I'm not afraid to like speak up for what I like or what I want. I think sometimes people can, like I always try to empower like the people around me, like my assistants, to have like their own point of view, to have their voice. And I think that the ones that have like really grown to, I guess what we call successful, they found their voice and they found their style. And it's like, because like a lot of the girls that have worked with me, like they come in very quiet and very, very timid and not like, they don't want to like speak too much. Like, but obviously like in any new relationship with like someone that you're working for, you want to just like make them proud and you want to like do good for them. But I think like as I gain trust with the people that I work with, like, and whatever relationships you have with the makeup artists that you assist or the clients that you work with, like to be able to gain trust, to be able to, again, like move through life a little bit easier. I feel like I find once you're able to have a clear point of view is when people start looking.
Okay, great, thank you.
I want to ask them a question. So, I want to ask Diana first. Like, why did you decide to put on this makeup class, and why did you want to why was it so important for you to start this makeup class? Because I know that you guys just thought of this like when you guys came to mind.
So back days when we lived in USA, it was like 2014, 2016. I used to study at the Michael Vincent Academy. It was a makeup school in downtown Los Angeles. And also before that, I used to be a head of international office where I have launched a lot of international programs between students. And that day I came up with the idea, why not to bring someone from Hollywood to Kazakhstan? And it was like back in 2016, now it's 2023. So my husband supporting me with these ideas. One day he said like, you had this dream, you had this idea, why not to do it now? I didn't have a confidence in it because it was like, where is me and where is Hollywood, you know? But then he said like, please, people are people. It's just, you can just have a conversation, you can just offer to Patrick, so maybe he'll agree, just let's try. So before Patrick's masterclass in Dubai, we bought tickets like 3 days before, and then we just was at this masterclass, and we had this conversation with Patrick, and when Patrick said yes, at that time I understood the word of Danny when he said like people are people, and I couldn't expect that it would be so easy for us to have this collaboration. And now I would like to say like we are very proud that our company DD Makeup and Danny and me, we are first who brought this kind of person to Kazakhstan. Everyone who were at the masterclass yesterday, all of us, we were able to touch Hollywood through Patrick. So yeah, and I think it's only our first masterclass because a lot of people asking us to continue it. So I think it's like a new direction in our business, and we will continue.
I always just want to say, like, the working experience that I get to observe between you two is like it's so cute because I feel like your relationship is again, I feel like it has like harmony and I feel like you guys like
balance each other out. I feel like he's a little bit more silly and you're but yeah, it's been like anyone like watching, if you guys have any like hesitation to come to Kazakhstan or to work with DD makeup, like you're in good hands if you just meet them.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your words. Yeah. So I have dreams, but this is the decision maker who came up through like with all these dreams. So Patrick, thank you again for your time. Thanks for your team. Thanks for your assistant Taylor. Again, appreciate. And the last question: would you come back to Kazakhstan, to Almaty again, maybe next year?
1000%.
Все. Thank you. Great. Все. Спасибо.